Welcome to Sunday Journal. I'm John Pansterek, reporting this morning from St. Francisville and the new Julius Freyhan School. It's got quite a history. A past as St. Francisville's first school. A future as a newly renovated education center. Today, we give you a first look.
Step through these doors, and you step back in time to the early days of education in West Feliciana Parish.
Good morning and welcome to the Julius Freyhan School. How about a tour?
Our guide through this time warp, Superintendent Hollis Milton.
And so, as you can see, this is one of our classrooms. Is it large or what?
Look at the size of this place.
Gosh, we can do a lot in this room.
He takes us into huge classrooms where hundreds of students once studied and learned, now turned into meeting spaces, art studios, and offices.
So this is the crown jewel of the Julius Freyhan School, right here.
To a huge auditorium that looks more like a ballroom. You could even fit a basketball court in here. And legend has it, they once did.
I have read about basketball games. I've been told, no, there's no way. Maybe there was at least one basketball game in here.
Up a staircase, frozen in time with graffiti, left by students here long ago.
Really neat. Look at this. Look at where our students many years ago carved their names along the stairwell. And you'll see dates such as CA 1941.
Wow.
JW. There's another one, DG 1941. It is hot up here. Keeping kids out of this building was nearly impossible.
Then down a catwalk of cobwebs and memories.
Just be careful as you walk. There's a little movement in those boards. They're still pretty solid.
It's like climbing out of a submarine, huh?
I know. Isn't it amazing? Yeah.
That lead to a secret rooftop perch with the best views of St. Francisville.
And of course, we can put our eyes on the river over here. And that's going to make it's a beautiful backdrop when you're in that auditorium or if you're up here. And of course, one day when we have that amphitheater built down there, it's just going to be a great site, a whole site for our community to celebrate.
Joining us now, someone who was instrumental in giving new life to Julius Freyhan Building. Here he is, the Superintendent of Schools in West Feliciana Parish, Hollis Milton. How you doing, Hollis?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Can you believe this place?
I know. Look, we are blown away. We're so excited to share this with our community. This place is a community hub. It's going to field concerts, all types of events, and of course, we want to get our children in here. So we're just very grateful to everyone that's been involved. As you spoke to, Miss Nancy's been working on this for over 50 years, and here we are today with this beautiful renovated building.
Tell us where we are, and this is a huge like auditorium-like room.
Yes, sir. So this building is 3 floors. It has a first floor that'll be for office space, a second floor that has flexible classrooms to use for all types of events. Third floor, this immaculate auditorium where musical performances were once done 100 years ago, and now we'll have those back. So we're just super excited. When you look around here, the opportunities for this to serve as concerts, for community events, cultural events, and of course, school events, which really makes me excited.
You just put on your imagination hat. What do you think was going on here like 100 years ago? Tell us what kind of things would happen here.
I have read that they played basketball in here. Now, I've already had some discussion with others who say they don't think so. And I said, well, maybe they tried at least once. But I can imagine children gathering in here, having fun, whether it be watching a musical performance that they're putting on, plays, and just kids roaming around, socializing. And you can just imagine the conversations at that time. So these walls could tell so many great stories. And as we work through this, as we put this museum together, we're going to gather a lot of those voices back through artifacts and through sharing so we can tell that story.
It all started with Julius Freyhan. Who was Julius Freyhan, and what was his imprint on the education in West Feliciana?
Yes, sir. So Julius Freyhan is really an American story, an immigrant story. Julius Freyhan came from Bavaria, Germany. He was born in the 1830s. And he traveled here. He finally settled in St. Francisville, but he started off with a small store, became a planner, and through his business acumen and his work ethic, he built so much. And he was so civic-minded. He was a Mason. There's talk of all the volunteer work that he did in this community, and he was a big believer in education. So when he passed away, he left $10,000 to build a school, which was so important. $10,000 in that day is roughly $300,000 in today's world. But he wanted to build a school that would leave a mark, a beautiful school that would be the envy of everywhere, because he wanted that investment. And when he did that, we were living in a time where school really was, most education was probably served at home. Many children may have gotten a second or third grade education. This building come together, consolidated that, and even led to the first public school transportation here. Because now when you build a school like this, everybody in the parish would want to come here. So the school system at that time had to hire bus drivers who drove wagons to bring children to school. And of course, there are stories of students riding horses to school. So what a great hub. This is right here in St. Francisville, a couple blocks off the main street. This is going to be another jewel for West Feliciana.
Why do you think it's so important to give new life, to give a future to this building?
I think we need to teach our history. There's so much pride and tradition in that. I think to learn from Julius Freyhan, a gentleman who said, hey, we need to invest in education. If we invest in our future is bright. So this building symbolizes resilience, a focus on education, about a community envisioning education and what it can be. And when you think of our school system right now, we're the #1 school system in the state. And a lot of that is based on what happened 100 years ago and how a community rallied around education and a focus to serve all students.
For more on the Freyhan School and West Feliciana Parish Schools, visit WFPSB.org or FreyhanFoundation.org.
Coming up next, we're going to explore the history of early education in West Feliciana with artifacts like this.
What's your emergency?
In a place where history is made and legends are born.
As LSU alumni, we've felt every victory, from the unforgettable nights under these lights to the roar of the national championship.
Born and raised in the heart of Tiger Nation, I've lived these moments, and now I get to share them with you.
From the field to the fans, the passion of this community shines through. There's nothing like an LSU game day.
At WBRZ, we bring you every moment and every milestone.
WBRZ broadcasts the traditions that make Baton Rouge home.
I'm Sylvia Witherspoon. Join me Friday nights at 10 p.m. on WBRZ as I share the stories of people in our community making a difference for the better. To Make a Difference highlights the positive impacts occurring in and around the Baton Rouge community.
Here at Dudley DeBosier, we celebrate difference makers.
Which is why we partnered with To Make a Difference.
Join me Friday nights at 10 on WBRZ as I share more of these amazing stories.
Proudly sponsored by Dudley DeBosier Injury Attorneys.
I remember my son was going to grow up without a father.
I didn't think someone at 23 could be diagnosed with breast cancer.
I was probably the healthiest I had been in my life.
Early detection of a melanoma saved my life.
I survived testicular cancer because of early detection.
I survived cancer not once but twice because of early detection.
I'm Congressman Cleo Fields. Early detection equals better outcomes. Learn what routine cancer screenings you need and book your doctor's appointment today.
This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
It's like climbing out of a submarine, huh?
I know. Isn't it amazing? Yeah. popping a latch, and then voila, you're out here, and it's just absolutely beautiful to see, and you get a really good panoramic view of the whole town.
Wow.
Right in the middle of it, right here in the middle of the town.
This morning, Sunday Journal takes you to St. Francisville and the new Julius Freyhan School. Joining us once again is the superintendent of schools here in West Feliciana Parish, Hollis Milton. And Hollis, right now, we're in a room that you hope to turn into a museum.
Yes, sir. And we're super excited. We are collecting items. We are putting together items that we've had for many years, such as the Commandant, Robert Barrow, 4-star general, painting from 1983, alumni of Julius Freyhan School.
He actually went to school here.
He went to school here, and just an amazing man who did so much great work. Obviously, a prominent military leader, and yes, we'll have his painting up, and we would love to get other donations from others that may have items that are very significant to this school.
General Barrow, like you said, went to school here. He was one of the heroes of West Feliciana Parish, and is actually buried right over there.
Yes, sir, absolutely. And part of the Audubon Bridge, if you've heard, the Audubon Bridge has 2 names. Part of it is Barrow, and there's another 4-star general from Point Capee. So very significant in West Feliciana's history.
And you always said you wanted to have this painting hanging in this school.
Yes, sir, absolutely. So we have kept it. We have kept it in the best condition, and now, as you can see, we've moved it over here, and we're getting ready to hang this picture as well as put up other items.
Talk about this. This is something that was actually in the school.
Yes, sir. So this is a scale that was used at Julius Freyhan. Probably weighs 100 pounds. So, but really neat that a teacher would have used this to teach students in math and science right here at Julius Freyhan.
And it's a scale, and it actually has a complete set of what they would use to maybe to weigh things and to put substances on there to show you how much they weighed and that kind of thing.
Absolutely, and there's actually a place on here where it tells they had to get it, they actually had to send it off and get it recalibrated to make sure that it's specific and exact so students could use it in an accurate way. So a really, really neat timepiece that you don't see often in classrooms anymore. Something of this scale, this industrial, and this heavy.
And speaking of timepieces, here's another artifact. This actually, a clock that actually was displayed or hung in the school.
Yes, sir. So this is a Seth Thomas clock right here. These were produced in the early 1900s to go into schools, hospitals, public facilities. Actually came from a town called Thomaston, Connecticut. We need to do a little work with it, and we're going to get it back on the wall, and it's going to tell us time. So it's very excited about having all of these pieces, and if folks have other items that they would like to share with us to tell the story, to tell the history of this building, we'd be honored to have those items.
As you said, you want to make it a living museum, and what other kinds of things are out there you think that people would have that would go in a museum like this?
Gosh, we would love to see if there's a helmet, a jersey, a football schedule, anything that's out there that could tell us a timestamp of something that went on at this school that students performed. Could be a cheerleading outfit, could be so many different items, such as what Miss Nancy Vinci has offered, a map, which would have a great timestamp of the time period that map was created in. So we would look at any type of item from that time period, and then we're going to continue to add to the rich history to not only tell the past, but connect it to the present and then the future of West Feliciana.
Why do you think these artifacts, whether it's the general, the scales, or the clock, why are these so important in telling the story of this place?
These are people's story from our community. We have such great tradition and pride, and families that spent so much time in this building, a major part of their life, some of their milestones, some of their teenage years. And to have these remnants, to be able to showcase these, will bring such a nostalgia to so many, a time of pride and a remembrance of what school was like from the time period of 1907 to in the early 1950s.
So if there's somebody watching us this morning and maybe they had a loved one or a family member that went to school here, and they're looking around the closet or the attic and they find old books, old pictures, old programs, like you say. Where can they go? Who can they call? What can they do, maybe if they want to make a donation?
I would have a lot of fun if they called me right here at the West Feliciana Parish School Board office. I would love to talk to them, hear their story, hear how this connects, and then I would also connect them with the Freyhan Foundation, because the Julius Freyhan Foundation, we have a great partnership and we're working together to put these items together. And so I would connect them and make sure they get a tour out of this, and they'll see what this heirloom that they have, that maybe this could fit in this building to tell the story.
Tough question. Of all the things that have been donated so far, of all the things you've either seen or heard of, what's the most unique artifact from the Freyhan School that you've heard of?
Oh my gosh. Well, look, because we have it in here, to actually have a painting of General Barrow, I mean, that's just something significant. And the first time I saw this painting was in 2010 when I came here as a superintendent. And of course, this was just a dream, an idea. Are we ever going to get this building? And if we do, if we get this building restored, we've got to put this painting in here. So I'll stick with it. It's such a remarkable piece from one of our heroes of our parish and a proud graduate of Julius Freyhan School.
How does that sound? The new Julius Freyhan School.
Oh my God, we have been waiting for so long, and I can't imagine for our community has been waiting longer than I have. I've been here since 2010 and walking through this building and going, okay, one day, and that day has arrived for our community, and I'm so excited. So
it looks great, but there's still a lot of work to do. What's the future of this place? Because for you, the future goes far beyond just this building.
Yes, sir. So we continually redream this because it has so many opportunities and just getting input from our community, but a place for concerts. We'll have school board meetings here. We will recognize students' milestones. We'll have our students invited out to put on plays and performances and such. The building will also be a museum, but a living museum where we'll collect artifacts, but it'll be past, present, and future for West Feliciana, the community school system. So we're super excited about all of the things that we can dream up. This site is 3.5 acres that this school sits on. So we're starting renovations on the basement, the first floor, that we're gonna move our offices next door from our school board in there. That'll be finished this summer. And when that is torn down, when that is finished, we're going to tear that part down, build green space, some extra parking, and then the last part. There was a stadium on this site, a football stadium.
Football stadium, like right on the river.
Right on the river.
Wow.
Where the stories are when the players played, you could look out and see the boats, especially when the river was high. You were actually looking up at the boats.
I'd love to see those pictures, yeah.
We are going to build an amphitheater there. And so this whole vision of this site is a school, but also just an area that folks can come, picnics, enjoy a musical, whether it be in the amphitheater or inside here. So I think a lot of dreams are going to come true now that this building is finally finished.
For more on the Freyhan School and West Feliciana Parish Schools, visit WFPSB.org or FreyhanFoundation.org. Coming up, the future of the Freyhan building, what it means for education in West Feliciana Parish.
As summer cools off, live is just heating up.
You feel it?
I feel it.
This week, Jane Krakowski, Jimmy Fallon, the new Golden Bachelor, and, wait for it, Mariah Carey. It all starts next live with Jane Lynch from Celebrity Weakest Link.
You were the weakest link.
Plus, Good Morning America's Ginger Z.
Monday at 9 on WBRZ2.
1, 2, 3, 4.
We're counting down to season 7 with a week full of songs and stories.
And we're doing it with some of your favorite artists. They're very excited.
It starts Monday with Jonas Brothers.
I'm a sucker for you. Yeah. Any road you take, you know that you'll find me.
Where were y'all when you found out it hit #1?
I think we were at the dentist's office.
All new.
Kelly Clarkson.
New time, Monday at 3 on Channel 2.
Well.
We've been waiting for the season premiere of the #1 new comedy, Shifting Gears.
Tell me you're using protection. You are not ready to be a parent.
Whatever. With big surprises.
Dude, are you hiding?
Big guests.
Oh, you met someone. Lucky for you, she has low standards.
And a big home improvement reunion.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, boy. Shifting Gears. Season premiere Wednesday, October 1st on ABC and stream on Hulu.
That guy's a tool.
I can finish the podcast after she finishes her laps.
My fantasy team isn't as important as this cannonball.
88% of children who drown are under some form of adult supervision. A friendly reminder from the YMCA that your eyes can save lives. Visit phonesdowneyesup.org to take the water safety pledge today.
Tear down that school board building that's next door, we're going to build a green space out here. We're going to add parking. We need more parking for event space. And down here, something special is going to happen. Where that old stadium was, we're going to build an amphitheater there.
This morning, we're in St. Francisville in the historic Julius Freyhan School. And joining us now, someone whose dream was to renovate and keep this school alive. Here she is, Nancy Vinci. How are you doing?
I'm really excited. I'm doing well, thank you.
We're sitting in this huge, can you believe this place?
It's hard to believe. It's been a long time coming.
Mm-hmm. When you walk through this place today, Nancy, what goes through your heart, what goes through your mind?
Well, I'm just so grateful for all the people who've worked on it and who have helped get it to this point.
Mm-hmm. And we're sitting in, it looks like a big auditorium.
Right.
Can you just imagine what this place was like when the school first opened?
Right. I'm sure with all those little children in here, and I think again, we will see that. We will see children here and adults here for all kind of performances and lots of cultural events.
Why was this a dream for you? Why did you want to see this school come alive?
Well, truthfully, I didn't go to school here, but my husband did. But a very, very close friend of mine was president of the Freyhan board, and she got sick, and she made me promise that I would see it through. And so she's been sitting on my shoulder for over 15 years, pushing every day. And it has been I've worked on a lot of preservation projects. This is the best one I've ever worked on. Not only because it's truly a preservation project, but it's way more than that. It's something that our community will really benefit from in so many ways. Our school children, our adult population, everybody. So it's a win-win situation and a wonderful project.
When you first started, when your dream first started, why do you think it was so important to give life to this old school and to keep it alive for future generations?
Well, I'm a preservationist at heart, John. But then my friend Ann Bennett pushed me to do this. And then I began to see that it was really a great, great project that would be so good for our community. And so I put my heart and soul into it for over 15 years.
And when you came here today and you were just walking through it and see what they've done with it.
I mean, it's unbelievable. It's really wonderful. And I'm just so grateful to everybody that's been a part of it. The school board has been a wonderful partner. So many people, and our president of our foundation, Betsy, has done a wonderful job. So I'm just really grateful to everybody that's worked.
If these walls could talk, what do you think they'd say?
I don't know. I think they'd say, oh, we're so glad to have people back here and enjoying themselves and enjoying everything that this building can offer.
Mm-hmm. What does this say about Julius Freyhan in terms of what he did for this community back in the early 1900s? Well,
he was a great philanthropist, and it says that he gave to his community, and we are very appreciative of what he did, and he will be remembered in the museum.
What kinds of things do you think you'll see in there?
Well, for one, I live at the house right behind here, and a lady who lived there taught school here. And I have an astronomical map that she used in her teaching that I will donate back.
She actually used it here?
Oh, yeah, it was here, cool. Yeah. But I think you'll see a lot of things. I think you'll see, there's a lot of history in our school system. There were so many tiny schools around before Freyhan was built to consolidate. Mm-hmm. So I think there'll be a lot of things that people really don't know about now.
As a preservationist, as a proud St. Francisville resident, what do you think the biggest lesson maybe other cities and towns can learn from what you've done here at this school?
Well, I think preserve what you have that's got historical value, because it's very important to us to look back as we look forward.
Yeah, where you've been can tell a lot about where you're headed.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So I know they have a lot of concerts planned here. They have a lot of special events.
They're exciting, so exciting.
So when you come to those things, you're going to be beaming.
Yeah, yeah.
What's it like to have your dream come true?
It's really almost hard to believe, because I was afraid I was going to die before we got finished. But now I want to see the amphitheater finished. So I'm still going.
Well, I have a feeling you're going to be here for a long time. Well, congratulations. Thank you so much for joining us. And
Thank you.
Congratulations on this and giving new life to this piece of St. Francisville history.
Thank you so much for being here.
For more on the Julius Freyhan School and West Louisiana Parish Schools, visit WFPSB.org or FreyhanFoundation.org. Visit St. Francisville this fall in Audubon's Happy Land. I'm John Pinsterek. Hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next week on Sunday Journal.
Maybe there was at least one basketball game in here. Lots of craftsmanship you can see in it. So that's something you see that's so different. Yeah, be careful, be careful. We replaced our old chalkboards with new chalkboards, and we have for you today, sir, welcome, Sunday Journal.
Thank you so much.
Preserve what you have that's got historical value, because it's very important to us to look back as we look forward.